Hello and good morning. Welcome to our second yoga session live. Online, I want to say, but it's like live. It's even better, right? And today's focus is going to be on a variety of things. So going up and down, there and here, kind of demonstrating how life sometimes can look like, right? Sometimes life is all over the place and we just can't seem to be present in the moment. And so, not that we're not going to be present in a moment, but because we're going to move up and down and forward and backward a little bit more than last time, it's because we want to feel in the present moment as life is happening. So this is where today's practice is really ideal for you. If you have any constraints, any challenges, be it any of your joints have challenges, be it your knees, your wrists, or even your back, or other things that are bothering you, feel free to let me know either now or later. Always make sure that you feel comfortable in your own skin. And if something does not feel right, it's not right, okay? So really, really, really important that I want to address all the time at the beginning of everything is to make sure you listen to your body. Yes, there are moments where we can push ourselves a little bit more, even though it feels a little bit too much, and yet figure out where is that point where it's too much and where is it I just feel like it's too much, right? Like there is a little bit of a borderline. So I'm giving you a few moments here to gather your things. If you have blocks, great. If you have a yoga mat, great. If you don't have a yoga mat, a towel will do. There is also a way for you to do those things that I'm showing you at your desk. You just have to be a little bit more creative. So for example, if I'm doing the baby pose and just stretching in front of me, you could be sitting and stretching in front of you. So you could adjust it as you like. If you have this wherever you are accessible, then do what you can and let me know how this goes. I'm going to take a few more moments to arrive here with you. And yes, welcome. And as I'm sharing on stories almost every day, and usually I'm on my walk, and that's what I did this morning. I was going out in this frigid cold, and I actually only wanted to be out for a few minutes, and I ended up doing my whole regular routine, not the whole thing, and yet I was going all the way to the dam and back, and so it was pretty cold. And I warmed up. So at some point, it didn't feel as cold anymore. Yes, it's still cold, right? But I didn't feel this way internally. So there is this example of just because something is happening externally doesn't mean it has to stay rigid in that way. It is actually me who's going to make the difference and a change on how I'm going to look at it. Yes, I could just become frustrated at things. I could just say like, oh, look at these people, look what they do. It's horrible what they do like this. They should be doing like this. And that happens with anything, really, right? It could be in your own home, with the people that you live with. If you're living with people, it could be with people you're working with. Everybody's doing certain things that you don't agree with. And how can we come to terms with that? This is where today's practice can actually be super helpful because it's you doing the practice. There's nobody else besides me helping you to go from one pose to the next, but it's up to you to decide how is this going to work for me. Meaning, just because I'm telling you to balance on one leg and you are having a challenging time with that, don't blame me for it. Just put both feet down and just do it with two legs down, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Just because I am asking you to do something that maybe doesn't work for you doesn't mean it's not good. It just means it doesn't work for you. And so therefore, we as the individual want to make adjustments so it still works for us. Meaning, I could stop the whole thing and just leave. I could adjust accordingly, like I said, just put another foot down, or whatever it is for you to feel more comfortable in your own skin and staying true to how your body feels today. I hope this makes sense. Let me know. And let's begin. So for now, you can, if you have a block, you can sit on it, because I always feel like it's much more comfortable. Not only is it more comfortable, it also is better for our knees to sit on something when we just sit. And if you can't cross your legs, obviously just straighten them out. And this is what I will be doing throughout today's practice. I will continuously give you other ways of doing something, hoping to help you out to make it more comfortable for you. So whatever works, works. If it doesn't, maybe you find a better way than what I'm describing. Anyway, with that said, you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. And just notice how you're feeling. Maybe you already have some agitation in your body. Maybe your heart is racing. Maybe you're absolutely calm at this moment. So whatever you're experiencing, take it at face value, just as it is. Don't try to change it. Just be with it. Unless it feels extremely uncomfortable, that is painful, then please adjust. Other than that, I invite you to stay present in this moment, focusing on your breath if that feels right. You can also focus on the sounds around you if they feel right. And then just take a few moments to ask yourself, how do I want to feel? Maybe you're already feeling the way you want to feel, then that's great. If there's something that doesn't feel just right yet, ask yourself, what is it? What do I need today? Which you might not know, but what is it that you want to feel? Maybe it's more open in your heart. Maybe it's more open to new perspectives. Maybe it's just finding a peaceful space where you are. And when you have figured out what that is that you want to feel or experience, take a deep breath in, exhale out. You can bring your hands to your heart, take another breath in, exhale out. You can open your eyes slowly if they are closed. Familiarize yourself with your surroundings. And welcome. So if you're just joining us now, find a great place for you to do this practice with me today. And as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a little bit up and down, here and there, just to resemble life. And how can we still find inner stability, inner contentment, inner peace to continue with this? So let me just put you in a better place. I think right here. All right. So we're just gonna start with child's pose. So just open your legs, open wide, as far as it feels right. Reach your arms in front of you. And rest your head on the ground. You might feel like you want to adjust your hips. You maybe don't want to widen your knees as much. Just play around. I'm just going to come up only so you can hear me, because my face will be down on the mat, so you could not hear me. If you're sitting in a chair and you're doing this with me, you're just sitting in a chair and you're pushing back. The point here is really to elongate your spine, to lengthen your spine, to create more space within your body. So breathe in into your spine. And again, I'm just coming up so you can hear me. So you're still down, your head is resting on the ground, your arms are reached out to the front. So pretend I'm on the ground right now. And breathe into your back. Really lengthen your spine and breathing. Maybe you even get deeper into your hips. So this is just the beginning pose, just to warm ourselves up. You can also sway left and right as you're on the ground. And then slowly roll up onto your knees. If it doesn't feel right on your knees, you can bring your legs in front of you. I'm going to keep them behind me. And then just sit up. And keep in mind what the intention was, the feeling you want to feel, what you're looking for in your body. If you can push yourself onto your toes just to stretch those calves a little bit. For some, this can be very uncomfortable, so then you can go all the way back onto your heel if that even works for you. Otherwise, just open your stand. And I'm still having my socks on. I'm still warming up to the space right now. So I'll be taking them off throughout the practice. But for now, you can still keep them on if you still have them on. And then you can even, if you're here with me, that you have a wide stand, your heels are down, you can press your elbows into your knees and open those hips. So you can just sway left and right. But doing this, we just help our hips to open more than we usually would. So when we're sitting, everything is closed up tight. When we're walking, it's just in one direction. And this is just expanding and widening our hips width. There, I wanted to combine two words. How great is that? Hips width in one. And then just plop down. Oops, I was a little close to the back. Plop down. I hope you weren't so close as I was. Otherwise, apologize for bumping into something. Get down on the ground, straighten your legs in front of you and feel the lengthening. So have your feet flexed. I don't know if you can see here. Flex your feet so that the toes are pointing upwards, your heels are reaching forward. So you really feel a stretch on the legs, on the back of your legs. Sit up straight so you're almost like a, like a table on the side or a chair. So resembling a chair. Your back is straight up. Just feel that tightness that we're creating ourselves. Then bend your knees. I'm going to start taking off my socks. You can still have them on. For me, it's just uncomfortable, so whatever feels right for you right now. Just straighten your spine up. Hold on to the behind your knees. And then just lean back until your feet come off the ground. And they can just be off the ground for a little bit, depending on how you feel. So it's really just balancing on your sit bones with a straight back. And your legs are coming up or not. And you're just holding on the back of your knees, so that's the support. You're reaching with your chest up so your back stays straight. And you lift your legs up. Keep breathing. So this is really warming us up. Keep that core engaged. And again, if you just want to keep your toes down or even your feet and you just want to hold like this, you just will get the same warm up. So again, I'm up here, but again, you can be anywhere down here. Keep that core engaged. Feel that connection. If you want to even go further, you can straighten those legs up, but make sure your chest is still reaching towards those toes so the back isn't hunched around. So if you can't do that, just bend those knees back. Because one thing we don't want is to round on your spine here and then compromise your lower back. So the most important part here is to have that straight back and engaged core. That's why just being here could be just enough, right? But then if you feel like, oh, this is nothing, do one leg. This feels fine, do another leg. This feels great, do both legs. And then you're always like, oh my God, I can't do a straight back anymore. All right, bring it back down. Reach your chest up, straighten your legs out, and just shake your back. It's just like we have been engaging it so much, so we want to release and let go. Now again, flex those feet. Let me bring this down a little bit so you can see the feet. There you go, so much better. Flex those feet. Again, reach that chest up. Keep that back as you had it straight backwards. Now bring it straight forward. So you're reaching with your reaching with your chest towards your toes, forward. Feel that tightening on the back of your legs. Feel the lengthening of your spine. And once you can't go any further, and only then, you can then round your spine, reach your toes if you can. Otherwise, just hold on to your shins in front of you. And let that head be heavy. So you notice that now, on the upper spine, it stretches some. And the reason why we did straight your back first all the way around and then round is to protect our lower back. One of the parts that we probably, if we don't pay attention to our backs enough, we can easily go into our lower backs. And I don't know how many of you have experienced issues in their lower backs, right? Maybe it's a pinched nerve, maybe it's been the spine crunched together. I just forgot the term. You probably know what I'm talking about. Round your spine, breathe in and slowly roll up into seated position. Bring your feet together, your sole of the feet together, just like we did before. You can now hold on to your ankles, and with your elbows, you press your hips out. And I just realized that probably because I was walking already, I'm like warmed up and I'm needing these stretches. If you haven't been moving much, that might be a little bit strenuous on your hips. So just be gentle. Don't do it as hard. If you feel like you warmed up already somewhat, then feel free to do that. And again, reach your chest forward, and then if you want, you can round it. So come back up. You can cross your legs in front of you. With this last time, if you joined us, bring your arms up, shoulders down, turn over to the left side, bring your right hand past your left knee, and bring that left arm right behind you. Bring it like as close to your sit bones as you can, and place it down if you can, and press it down so you can really open that chest open to the back, and then continue looking behind you. And if you're sitting on a chair, this is perfect too. You don't need to cross your legs. You can just have your legs down in front of you. Reach your arms up, twist around, and then whichever knee you're going to, so this time the left one. Keep breathing. And then instead of putting your arm behind your back, you're holding on to the seat, if there is a back of the seat. Otherwise, you can do the same thing. And then keep looking behind you. And bring both arms up. Center for a moment. Feel what you just stretched. Bring your arms up. Turn. Oh, shoulders down. I'll do it all the time. Twist to the other side. Bring that left arm behind that right knee. Bring that left arm behind you, right behind your spine, as close to your buttocks that you can. Look around your back. All the way around. Breathe in and breathe out. As I mentioned, same thing if you're sitting on a chair. And if bending your knees is too much, you can straighten your legs or open them in a V shape. Keep breathing. Bring your arms up. Come back to center. Breathe in and just feel your back. You can like round your spine, straighten, just to feel what's going on here. And then straighten your legs again.
Sorry, there is nothing to repeat.
Nothing to repeat. I don't know why she needed to comment, but here we are. So then come back onto your knees. And then just continue that spinal twist that we had earlier. So let me take off my sweater. I hope you can still see it well when I do it. Come onto all fours. Breathe that left arm up. Slide it behind your right wrists all the way down. Bring your ear down. Bring that right arm over your back. And only if this feels right, do that. You might want to adjust your shoulders. And maybe just being down is enough. This just adds to another twist. Bring that arm down. Lift and reach that left arm. Breathe in, place it down. Breathe that right arm up. Slide it behind your left wrist. Bring your head and your shoulders to the ground. And bring that left arm over your back if you want to. Again, this doesn't feel right for everyone. Sometimes we need to adjust our shoulders and head. Keep breathing in. Feel your back. Bring that hand down. Breathe all the way up. And then just come into child's pose for a moment. Bring your hands towards your knees. We're going to go into a standing position. So let me adjust. Again, come onto your toes. Bend your toes. And then slowly keep walking your hands to your knees. Press over until your heels reach the ground or close enough. You can always widen your stand if you want to reach the ground. Reach your hips up. Let your head hang for a moment. Hold on to opposite elbows and just swing left and right. You can also just stand there. Let your hands hang. You can move your head forward, backward, yes and no. And again, feel the back of your legs. just like when we were sitting down. This time we're just folded over. Bend your knees slightly and slowly roll up. One vertebrae after the other. Keep breathing, bring your legs closer together. Breathe your arms up. Reach up and slightly to the back. So I have a wall right behind me so I can see how far back I can go. And come back to center. Bring your hands in front of your hearts. Bring your hands side by side your body. Just breathe for now. So we have spent some time on the ground. We now slowly have come up to standing. Breathe your arms up. Reach back again. This time fold forward. Oopsies. Fold forward all the way down. Inhale, look forward with a flat back. Bring your hands down. Walk yourself forward. If it's too much on your wrist, feel free to bring your knees down. Come onto your wrists and elbows on your forearm. Come down. If you're okay with your wrists, you can stay here. So just figure out what works for you. I had someone having trouble with the wrist, so we just want to make sure. All right, and then reach up into downward facing dog. Reach those heels backward, and most importantly, reach up and over with your hips. So the focus is again a flat back. This is more important, being flat on our backs and pushing backwards. It's not important to have your heels down. It's not important to straighten your legs. That is additional. So if you feel too much tightness around your hips, the back of the legs, stay there. If you're on the ground, you can just lift up, do dolphin. That might actually be a little harder, right? Maybe you want to join me here too. And again, the important part is your back. That's what we spent a lot of time earlier, straightening our backs, because if we're here intact, then the rest won't matter as much because our backs are not as strong as our legs. So I'm going back into downward dog. If you're in dolphin, just come up for a moment to walk forward to your hands. Hold on to opposite elbows. Swing left and right. This is another great thing to do when you're sitting. Even if you're sitting, you can just sit on the front of the chair and just hang over the chair in the front. But for now, we're here. Keep breathing in and out. Let your arms hang down. Bend your knees slightly. Roll up one vertebrae after the other until we are standing up. So I'm just going to move back. You can stay in the front. Keep breathing. And then bring your arms in front of you in like a 45-degree angle. Have your feet hips width apart. Sit down as we're reaching up. Again, you're in the front of the mat. I'm just in the back so you can see me. Reach your, with a flat back. So keep that back straight so you can just lean forward a little bit. Reach with your chest. And then with your hips, you go down. With your arms in front of you, you reach up. So you're doing what you did in child's pose. You're lengthening forward with your arms up, with your hips down, and you keep breathing. Breathe in and out. Just feel how your hips are really sitting down and your arms are reaching up. So you're elongating your spine while you're keeping your core, and you keep breathing. And then bring your hands down to the ground. Bring your hips up. Straighten your legs as much as you can. Let your head hang. Hold on to opposite elbows if you like. Otherwise, just stay here. If you need some movement, move around, because that can be very strenuous. Chair pose, they also call it, which is probably a position that we know very well if we're working at a desk. And if we're working at a desk, that's also a pose we can do is by sitting in our chair, reaching with our chest up, reaching our arms forward, and really sit in that chair, right? But lifting out, so you're elongating your spine. So, you know, you can do the different child poses. Obviously, doing this in this pose will also strengthen our abs, and it will a bit more gives a little warmth in our bodies, right? So reach up, then fold over. So you're in the front, and then slowly breathe in. Come halfway. And I want to do one of my favorite poses. I saw this the other day and I was like, oh yes, I haven't done that in a while. So I want to do it today. And as I said, it might be a little bit back and forth. You're like, why are we doing this? But that's just matching how life shows up. So let me just get a moment. Coming to the center of your mat. Just so you have enough room, depending on where you're at. Reach your arms up. Breathe in. Exhale out. Breathe in. Keep your hands in your heart. And then you're just going to keep that. All right, we'll start with the left leg. Keep that left leg slightly bent. Have your heart here. And just lift off that right leg off the ground. See, how's your balance? And balance doesn't mean equal. Balance means figuring out, where am I? I hope that was like, if this feels great, just standing here, that leg a little bit, the right leg a little bit off the ground, we can continue. Maybe take a pause, because we're going to be on that leg for a little bit. So shake that left leg out, that standing leg. And now, bring your hands in front of your heart, and then lift that right leg off a little bit. Bend that standing leg, which is the left. And then slowly move forward. Keep that leg centered. Keep that hand in front of you and make sure that back is straight. And we're just going forward with our back straight and that back leg up. Let me do this from the side. And it's not about this leg up. It's again about our upper body being able to support ourselves, right? And you maybe feel a little strain here in the standing leg. If that's the case, come back. This is not a competition. How long can you stand, right? This is just about figuring out, where is my balance? How do I feel about it? So, 1 second. Breathe in. Come down. Just notice, again, this leg doesn't matter, right? If you can straighten it, great. But right now, keep that spine flat. Go straight. So that's what matters. This is not a balance about our leg in the back. This is a balance of our front. It could even be just like this, right? Do it. You could do it like this. 2 legs. Move your weight to the left leg. And then make sure how far you can go. So you can do this in different ways. Come back, shake it all out. Then other side, because when it comes to balancing, again, it's the evenness doesn't come from in that particular pose. It's coming from doing both sides. Obviously, this is in our bodies. Reflecting this on life, as it's not always even, we're always talking about work-life balance, right? There is probably going to be more work than this private life. Life's still happening. This is a whole nother thing I had about this. So if you're curious, let me know. I'll share with you. Anyway, so let's do the other leg while I talk you through this whole thing. Again, you can start in two ways. The first way is that I explained is breathe in, exhale out, bring your hands in front of your hearts. Bend that standing leg, this time the right leg. And then first see how your balance is with one leg off of it. And balance meaning like how can I be in that pose without falling? And then I'll move slightly forward with a flat back. With a flat back, not a round back, flat back. And then reach that top leg up as I go forward. That's one way of doing it, right? And then, whoa, I'm even. Oh no, I'm not. There you go, I'm even, right? That's one way. But the even, like I said, balance is not even. That's not what it's about. It's about this part of our body that makes up the bigger part of our body. The heavier part has to be in line. Okay, so the back is what's important. So we could also do, like I said before, we can just be like this. Decide which leg was it again. This is my standing leg. This time it's the right leg. Have that slightly bent, not overly stretched. And then once, you already have this, right? So you just bring that other leg as far as you can until you can't. And then you stay there. Breathe and feel that standing leg. And yes, it might be a balance on equal two sides, but it might be a balance of not equal sides. But you're still balancing, right? So like work and life, life is always, work comes in and out, and still happens all the time. You can come back to center, shake it all out. That's just part of recognizing that it depends, right? It depends on the situation. How do we want to balance it to have the both? So now that we use some balancing, I haven't done this in a while, and obviously we could have reached our arms out. So if you're on your own, you want to do this a little more, obviously just pause here, come back later. You can do it like that. I'm going to do both sides. See? So upper body is more important. Keep that in line and then bring that leg up. So our extremities are just additional things. They're helping us to make life easier, right? But if it doesn't work, if life isn't going that way, we still have other opportunities. So you can come down, all the way down. We're coming to an end. Just sit here for a moment. Take a deep breath in, exhale out, and see how you're feeling. Where in your body do you feel most worked out, stretched up? So now you can come all the way on your backs. Let me move you a little bit over here. Place your feet on the ground. If you want to put your socks back on, if you took them off, be my guest. Hold on to the back of your thighs. Reach your chest up. Slowly round your spine all the way down to the ground till you reach the ground. Feel your lower back resting on the ground. See how it feels having it completely on the ground. Bring both knees into your chest. Move left and right. Okay, let me bring it. Awesome. And now you bring both knees to the left side, all the way over. Bring your arms open like a T and look over to the right. So that might remind you and maybe feels a little bit like what we did in the beginning just now. It's a full twist with our entire bodies. Keep breathing in. Come back to center. Hold on. You can again move left and right if you want. Now bring it all the way to the right side. Open your arms like a T. Look to the left. It'd be great if you can bring your shoulders down. If not, with time, it will. It's just a question of the twist in your spine that's possible. As long as you can breathe and relax, that's great. If you feel tension somewhere, you can either bring your knees back, straighten your knees, adjust so you can experience a twist. Come back to center, reach both legs up to the air, bring one right knee into your chest and place your left leg down on the ground. Flex that straightened leg. Bring that right leg over to the left side. Again, open your arms in a T. This might be a little harder to keep your shoulders on the ground. Maybe it's the same. Whatever it is, just experience it. You can straighten that right leg if you want. You can hold on to it if you like. You can just have it bend. Stay where you are. Come back to center. Hold both knees. Keep that left knee to the ground. Reach that right leg down. Bring that left leg all the way over to the right side. And again, open your arms in a T. Look the other way. Look to the left. Breathe in and out. And just feel that spinal twist. Just gives our bodies a little bit more energy. It allows more oxygen to come into our bodies. There's more space. Back into center. Bring both knees into your chest. Again, do what you need. And then bring both legs in front of you. Arms nicely placed beside on your body. I forgot my blanket. I hope you brought yours. Just gonna put this on. And as you're lying on the ground, just rest. Let go of any tension. Feel those hips sinking into the ground. Feel those legs wide and open. Feel those arms rested on the ground. Take a few deep breaths in, all the way into your belly. Exhale out and just become aware of your body. See if that way you want to feel has come through. If yes, awesome. If it didn't just yet, you can just connect and see what's missing. What would have made it more complete into what you want to feel? And you might require something else. A good meal, some tea or coffee, water, connection. Just fully relax here while you're breathing in and out, observing all your parts of the body, from your feet, through your legs, through your upper body and hips and shoulders, as well as your arms, head and face. fingers, move your toes, bring life back into your body, including a deep breath. Slowly bend your knees, roll over to any side that feels comfortable to you. Rest there for a moment. Keep your eyes closed. Slowly push yourself up, if you're ready, into a seated position. Eyes still closed, hands relaxed, either on your knees, in your lap, or anywhere comfortable. And then check in again with your body. How do you feel? Take a deep breath in, exhale out to move through the day. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Thank yourself for showing up today for this practice. Bring your hands in front of your head all the way top, and then I bow to you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming today. I hope today's practice has given you some openness in your hips, in your heart, and it's allowing you to start this day or end this day, depending on when you're watching this, in a more inviting way. So I hope to see you next time. See you in a week, and all the best.